Hey, what's up everybody? This is Penn here, and this is going to be a Streamlabs OBS 2020 beginner's tutorial. I ask that you guys, if you have any questions along the way, please pause the video, get your pen and paper ready, take some notes. If you have any additional questions, feel free to type those in the comment section or send me additional emails. Now, this is Streamlabs OBS, and this is a neat software. This could be an alternative to the regular OBS, to the built-in Twitch software, themes like StreamYard, for example. This is just another option out here, folks. That's all it is. So the way I have my setup is the mini feed is along on the right hand side, then my mixer to control some audio settings here and there, sources, and also additional sources for the stream. For example, ending, be right back, the live stream. As you can see, this was built with gaming and streaming in mind, which is why this layout is similar to this, and starting soon. Alright, so up top there's the editor, which we're in the editor right here. There's also the alert box library. So the alert box library, if you notice, everything is in sort of gold in lower right hand corner of each square. There's a prime, and that is a paid subscription that can be either monthly or yearly, and these are just different alerts and different themes in which you can have in your setup to make it seem more professional. So you might want to check into these. I like this one here, and I can do a star widget thing, but you can see the previews here. Esports, Titan, some pretty good stuff in here. So next would be themes, and these are stream overlays for Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and even more platforms. And the scene themes are below. You can sort by first person shooter, action, massive multiplayer, role-playing, adventure, simulation, sports, dance, rhythm, or generic, or IRL. If I go to generics as variety, it gives you some pretty interesting designs when you look into this, and all of these are good. You know, these are professional. It's 15 pages of this generic slash variety packed. It's 15 pages. So let's go to the next page, and this is nice, guys. I mean, I will suggest you guys get into Streamlabs and quickly installing some things and playing around with it to see what you will like as well. For one, and they got their Prime advertisement right there. Also, there's the App Store. The App Store, you can do additional things, like you can do overlay maker, music players, all sorts of things, speech chats, meme boards, stream tickers, stream socials. You can add additional stuff to your layout behind the scenes to enhance your experience. Okay, so give me a second and I will be right back. Streamlabs OBS is an all-in-one live streaming software to take care of all your needs for your audience. You can use it to grow your audience and experience going live today. They have a Prime subscription, which I've mentioned before, that is monthly and yearly. They have different products that you can sort through, widgets. They have a dedicated support staff along with a Discord, and they have an overall dashboard page as well. You can download it here. The installation size is 240 megabytes, and it is a free software to use to get up and running. And they support numerous of platforms, but of course the main ones would be Facebook, Twitch, and of course the platform that we are on right now, YouTube. Everything is fast and backed up to the cloud, and it is a simple but a feature-packed streaming software that will take care of all your needs in case you want to live stream to different platforms just within seconds. You're able to personalize your streams with pro overlays. Once you get into the Prime subscription plans, you're going to be able to install professional stream overlays to enhance your experience. Not only will it impact your viewers, it will also impact you know, your stream overall in terms of quality, and which will bring in a more professional look to your presentation. All right. Back in the Streamlabs OBS, I will be going through the dashboard. The dashboard is interesting, so it brings up this page. So if you are a content creator / streamer and you are using Streamlabs OBS, you have the opportunity to set up tips. Tips are used for when people want to donate to you, you know, for the good content or your great personality that you may have on your stream. They offer PayPal, UnitPay, and Skrill. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I'm not, I'm apologize. But basically, within the interface, you can set up your donation tips, which brings up a URL link, streamlabs.com/dashboard, and you can set up your donations. And PayPal will be the easiest and most popular way to collect donations from your viewers. And once it's connected, the donations will automatically become enabled on your creator site. As you can see, it sort of gives you this progress bar. So you set up your donations, then it's hooked up to Streamlabs OBS, and then you sync it to Prime. And so for those of you that wish to get into more live streaming, and it doesn't necessarily have to be around gaming, check in the Streamlabs OBS and look into the tip / donation tools. It's pretty neat. Okay, so there's also something called the CloudBot. So we click into that. The CloudBot brings up the same situation. So pretty much here, you'll have to set up your tips first before you can access the rest of the features for your dashboard. So please keep that in mind. Next is the layout editor. Okay, so the editor is pretty simple. So you can see this is my editor display, this is my mini feed, this is my audio mixer, my source selector, and my scene selector, which is how I originally showed you guys in the video. I can change this. I can go from this layout, which is up top. I can go to here, and all I'm doing, under layouts on the left hand side, I'm just selecting the different presets that they have for me within Streamlabs. I can have something like this if I need be. I can have something like this layout, this one. Pretty much the opposite of the original. This one's what I prefer. This gives more of an original OBS feel to me. And I can also have this layout as well. This is my preferred layout here. I can drag and drop to edit these elements. What I like these at default, and I don't have any problems with how this is laid out to me as far as presentation wise. So I can leave this be, but this is how you will edit your behind the scenes setup within Streamlabs so that you can get a comfortable looking layout behind the scenes to where you can have the most efficiency in terms of workflow and space. Alright, so there's studio mode, which is pretty much this overall layout here. You can get help, you know, with the question mark. You're able to log out, and here are the settings. This is going to be what most people are going to be caring for in terms of, you know, getting the content out specifically. So you have your general settings, and which I have left this at default. So this would be stream. So you see that Streamlabs is built with streaming in mind, and I have these colorful icons for your favorite social media. YouTube, I'm already logged in. There's Facebook, there's Twitch. You can add a destination, stream to a custom ingest, which you can do there, and this is YouTube, things of that nature. Just never show your stream key off if you're doing this. Warning, streaming to a custom ingest is advanced, for now some features of Streamlabs may stop working. use recommended settings. I'll just go back. Is there any way I can just go back? Yep, like that. Alright, so there's output. Now this is streaming. Okay, so what you want to do, especially if you're using a NVIDIA graphics card, you know, just any a recent Pascal card. I have a GTX 1080 Ti. This could most likely work below the 10 series from NVIDIA, but OBS have made this new encoder called NVENC, and you can see there's many iterations of it. Mostly they have this new preset, but it's pretty nice because the higher you go in their graphics card series, the better this works. I believe they have the old and they have the new, and this is X264. This will be your CPU doing most of the work. So if you guys are wondering how I'm getting my streams to look clear and how I'm not having any frame drops or any issues, I am streaming and I am recording through my graphics card. I am not doing everything through my processor. That would be a heavy load on my computer. Doing things through the graphics card is way easier, and it's way more optimal, and it's better performance. So if you have NVIDIA, do hardware NVENC new. For streaming, you're going to want to have a rate control of CBR. My bit rate, I have a 5.5 upload to about 6, which is decent. It's okay for streaming, so I use a bit rate of 2500. If you guys have a higher upload speed, you can up the bit rate, but my streams at 1080p with this bit rate, I've asked the chat a few times when I did my streams, and this bit rate is clear. You want a keyframe interval of 2, you want a preset of max quality, and this what you will play with depending on what type of PC you have. I have a great build, so I can pretty much have max quality, my profile set to high. Sako visual tuning, want that checked. Leave look ahead unchecked. Max B frames of 2, and that's pretty much it. This is audio. I have this at default. My desktop audio, this is my new headset, so speakers, Realtek. So this is where you will enable your audio for your desktop. So I have everything running through my speakers, so that's selected. And for my mic device, I have my microphone that's connected to the headset, so I have the same setup, the Realtek high definition audio. So this is where you will set up your audio stuff here. Video, this is a 4K monitor, so my base canvas resolution would be in 4K. When I output the stream to you guys, it would be in 1080p, which is 1920 by 1080. And common FPS value, you can do streams at 30, but I upped it to 60 because YouTube does support 60 FPS. Here you will enable the hotkeys, which this is default. I think I have just one more hotkey in regular OBS, but this is where you will configure. You know, you could do a whole lot of stuff. This is Streamlabs, so it's going to support a whole bunch of widgets and features, and you guys will have to play around with it. But as you can see, with these titles, it's a whole lot of presets you can configure right within Streamlabs. It's very nice, guys. There's advanced, which I'll leave at default, guys. The only thing I did my color format in V12. My YUV color space, I changed that from 601 to 709. My YUV color range, I changed that from partial to full, so it's now matching my OBS settings as well. And that's about it. Scene collections default, just notifications default, appearance default. I prefer the night theme. This is what the day theme looks like, so you know, I prefer night. Night is way better. Like in the daytime, in the evening, night, this night theme is beast. So I'm choosing night, but you can choose to choose day if you want. Remote control, default. You can set up a virtual webcam. I have no experience with this. Game overlay, I'll leave that off, so default. And they have Prime, which is, like I said, which is the subscription in which your bill $12 a month, and you know it's billed annually, and then you have to join Prime to see their prices up to date for this video. And that is that. All right, so let's bring back up these settings, and that's about it. So down here you can simply go live on your platform, and then if you're using YouTube, for example, you know the YouTube Creator Studio, there's a backend fee for that in terms of seeing your comments, things like that, or editing the stream title, in which you can also do that within OBS as well. You can schedule a stream the same way how you would schedule a stream on YouTube. You can schedule a stream right within OBS. You can start a replay buffer. You can start the recording, and you can test the widgets right here. Now this is a beginner's tutorial on the general setup of OBS, and just getting a look and feel for the interface, the software, showing you guys my settings in terms of what I'm using. Since this is Streamlabs, I only showed you guys my streaming settings. I didn't show you guys my recording settings. For regular recording, I do use OBS, and I did make a video a little while ago on my OBS workflow and setup, so look out for that on my channel as well. Also, this is the sources and the mixer. So before I end this video, I will be going over the sources and the mixer and the general scene setup as well. So let's start from the left and we'll work our way over to the right. So you see here, this comes with Streamlabs automatically. They're starting soon. That's the live screen window. Be right back. Ending soon and offline. So as you can see, this was built with gaming in mind. To add a new scene, there's this plus button. To remove a scene, there's a minus. If I want to go into the settings to edit the scene transitions, I have the option to do that as well, which I'll leave this mostly at default. This is just for if you want to experiment with some things. To add a scene, I can simply add a scene. I could call it, I'm part of the group MS7, I can call it MS7. Okay, so that screen is blank. Okay, now why is MS7 blank and offline is not blank? Because offline has a source. You see to the middle, there's an offline source. This is an image, guys. This is an image. MS7 doesn't have a source. So how can we add a source to our scene? And what you would do, you know, you can toggle selective recording. They have different options here. You can add a group, but what you want to focus on is add a new source. So from here, I'm going to add a standard image. Okay. And it's telling me I can do PNG, JPEG, GIF, yada yada yada. Okay, so I'm going to add that source. It says I can add an existing source, which I can do a background, but I can add a new source instead, and I can do add source. So from here, I'm going to do an image file. I'm going to browse, and it's going to bring up some things that I don't want to be seen on video. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to MS7, and then I'm going to get I'm going to do red. I'm going to do that background there. Okay, and then I'm going to do done. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to drag this till it's like that. Okay, and now MS7 has a source, which is an image or a thumbnail that I've used on my YouTube channel quite a few times in the past. So now MS7 added into the scene now has a source as an MS7 community source from YouTube. And shout out to the individuals who are behind this image. Really appreciate everybody who took the time out to help MS7 with the creation of logos, banners, setups in general. Just shout out to everybody. Much love to everybody. Okay, so that's that. The mixer is where you're going to be configuring your audio. So there's speakers and there's microphone. So I showed you guys where to configure your speakers and microphone in the settings earlier in the video. Here, you know, this is going to be your general sound setup, which is speakers right here. So I can dial this back. So let's say if I'm playing a YouTube video and I want to talk over the audio, or if I'm doing a reaction video, for example, I can dial back the audio in which you guys will be hearing from YouTube, so that if I'm doing commentary over, especially consistently, my voice isn't competing with the video. This is where you will enable all those settings here, and you can do more advanced stuff here. You know, you can dial back the volume, you can do a sync offset, you can do audio monitoring. I'll leave this generally at default because I don't want this to turn into an intermediate or advanced tutorial. This is just something to get you guys set up, you know, get your feet wet into the software, you know, so that you can play around with it. You know how to add your scenes, you now know how to add your sources, you know how to select and configure your mixer, which is only gives you two options here, and then you're just sliding things down or you're sliding things front, left, or right. And it's a balance. You know, you may have to do a few test streams or private some to get the right settings for you and your setup, things of that nature. But yeah, so this concludes my Streamlabs OBS 2020 beginners tutorial. I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment section. Please like, comment, subscribe, and make sure when you do subscribe, you hit that bell notification and make sure you select all so that you don't miss any video or any premiere or any live stream that I plan on doing for this channel, because I do pop-up shows on this channel as far as live. So please keep that in mind. What's also pretty neat is that there's notifications right here, and then if you select these bars down in the lower left hand corner, it tells you the status, so you get your live stats. So this is using anywhere from 0.8 to 2.2% of my CPU. This is more CPU heavy than regular OBS, keep that in mind, but if you have a decent processor, it shouldn't be that much of an impact, especially if you're going to be recording and doing your streaming through your NVIDIA graphics card. It gives you performance notifications. So if Streamlabs detects any performance issues from your stream, such as dropped frames, lagged frames, or if a stream happens to disconnect, any troubleshooting notifications will be sent to you here while you are live. Excuse me. So with that being said, I think this wraps up the tutorial. Yeah. So until next time, peace out. Thank you for watching and happy streaming.